Welcome to Tea with
CNC.
We have our tea today. It's our spiced red chai. It has cinnamon and clove and ginger root in it. It's delicious. So today,
But it is so good.
right?
It's so delicious.
I'm gonna have to get some of this.
I got you. Before we jump into what we want to talk about, I think we should talk about like why we're making a podcast.
Okay.
Because like I just feel like our conversations,
Yeah.
we've been friends for 20 years.
Yeah.
Our conversations are endless and very often about relationships, not just romantic relationships, just relationships, like
Right. Friendships, parent-child relationships.
Yeah.
Family, everything.
we've talked about work relationships, we've
Work
talked about,
relationships.
and so I feel like this is just our space to give that free advice that Virgos always give, whether you
We're
want it
both
or not.
Virgos. We're born 3 days apart. So yeah, this is our space to share with you and, you know, dive into topics that you may be interested in as well. While we continue to learn about ourselves.
Yeah, and enter, like, we're in our early 30s, you know, the 20s, we learned a lot. We're both very self-reflective people, and so as we self-reflect and grow,
Yeah, you will be witnessing
you'll
it.
be witnessing the changes.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that actually kind of brings me into this, like, topic, too, of, like, how I feel like I've witnessed, like, we always say, like, how this last chapter of our life was, like, the final boss. And it's, like, witnessing the changes in ourselves of, like, being boundary people. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden how people react to that change.
Yes. You know, evolving from a people pleaser to women with boundaries, women that, you know, make sure they protect their space and themselves. A lot of people don't like that. They don't take well to that. So, yeah, but it's a good place to be, and I'm happy we've reached this point. And yeah, this podcast should be fun. So I hope you guys enjoy
I
it.
hope you guys enjoy it. All right, Candace, today's topic. What you got for me?
Today's topic. Today's topic. Well, you know, Chelsea and I started to have a conversation, and we think it was, like, very valuable about accepting the signs and how you feel very early on, right? So sometimes we can be people who, like, we're having experience with someone or something, and, you know, it feels good, and we're kind of, like, doubting it, that it feels good, because we're in fear that things are going to turn bad or left. And, you know, we also can do that on the other side, where things are not going well, and, you know, we're getting bad vibes, and we keep being like, no, let's have concrete evidence that this is bad, when really it's like, let's trust ourselves.
Yeah, because, like, as women, we're taught to, like, reject our intuition,
Right.
because they don't want us to be powerful, even though we're so powerful. And so when you reject your intuition long enough, I feel like you start being like, well, I need evidence.
Right.
Because even historically, women that have spoken their minds, they say, oh, she's manic, she's crazy, she's
Right.
hysterical, hysteria.
Yeah. She's witchy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
Witch.
you're intuitive. How did you know that?
Yeah. What does
Or,
that mean?
Why do you have these crystals? Why? And also, I always find it so interesting about those people that are so scared that you're into, like, some witchy thing or something, because I'm just like, why would something that's not what you're used to be inherently evil? Like, why are you talking about the witches and not who killed the witches? Because that's what it's giving right now.
Right.
That you are so repelled by a crystal in my house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, if you're repelled by it, it's working.
Right.
So,
Or not having spiritual, not trusting spirituality, because at the end of the day, If anyone even believes in a higher power or God, that is something that is beyond material. You know what I mean? So if you trust in that, then you should be able to trust in intuition, right? Because that's trusting, that's having faith, that's believing beyond what you can see.
And you don't get to not believe in things. I hate when people say like, oh, I don't believe in anything. I'm like, yes, you do. You believe in nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what do you mean?
In nothing.
That's
exactly.
a choice you're making.
You still believe in something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. You just
what is the
believe in
nothingness like?
Right.
What does it feel like? What does it smell like? Describe it to me. It's like, it's always a choice.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have to stop requiring so much evidence. If something doesn't feel good, you don't have to find out that the person is
doing the worst thing possible to
and
you.
And we be waiting.
Being like, wait, they cheated on me with my cousin and you know, now I'm gonna leave. It's like, no, like them talking poorly to you was enough.
Yeah.
You know?
And also, even if they're the best person, if there is something inside you that's saying, I'm not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
They say that our stomach is our second brain.
Right.
So your intuition doesn't know time, space, reality the way you know it. Time is not linear, and your intuition is sending you messages from the ethers, begging you
to listen and hear it loudly.
I feel like the universe is so sick and tired when they have to teach the same lesson over and over again. I don't even feel like it's fun for the universe.
It's not. God, the universe, whatever you believe in, when it's trying to send you a message, a sign, and you keep on just ignoring it, it's like things keep getting worse and worse. Like, listen. You know what I mean? And trust yourself. You know what I mean? When we say like we don't trust people, it's really you don't trust yourself. And that's what you need to build on. Learning to trust yourself, learning to make decisions that benefit you so that you can trust yourself.
Yeah.
You know, like learning to make decisions that keep you safe so that you will trust yourself, you know?
Yeah. And also like that's another thing is that people need to realize that their wants and their desires are going to change over time.
Yeah.
And cultivating that feeling of safety and security, that will last you through no matter how many times your desires change.
It's true.
How many different relationships you have, and I wish somebody had told me that when I was younger.
Yeah.
Like, babe, you're looking for safety outside of yourself. You're looking for security, stability. We all want family.
Listen, once you cultivate it in yourself, it's way easier to attract it. And it's way easier to recognize when something is not it.
Yeah, because you're it.
Right. So when it's not like you, it's not aligning with you.
Right.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Yeah, it's something else.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Maybe that's what makes them feel secure. I'm really learning. I'm in my master class level, I think, right now. Of everyone's needs are so drastically different.
Yeah.
So drastically different.
It's true.
And so what makes me feel secure, somebody could be like, what?
Yeah. Someone could be like, no, I don't need that. I don't need that. That doesn't make me feel secure. That makes me feel scared.
Stifled.
Yeah.
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 But, okay, so this is something we talk about a lot, is like, how do you know when to stay and work it out and try and when to leave?
In a romantic relationship.
Yeah. And actually, it doesn't have to be romantic.
No, it doesn't have to be romantic. When to stay, for me, I feel like it's if that other person that you're connected with or involved with, whether that's a family member, whether that's your partner, a lover, whether it's a work relationship, when that other party, you bring up something that's affecting you or harming you, and they're willing to do work to change their behavior so that your dynamic will be better. Your dynamic will be better, or you'll feel more safe, or you'll feel more secure. When there's something that they're doing that's very actually harmful, you know what I mean? You find harmful, and it's, you know, it's been more than once the behavior has occurred, and they're willing to do the work to, you know, change that behavior. You know, I think that's, if someone's willing to do that, and you know, you guys have a strong enough relationship where you want to stay, cool. You know what I mean? Why not give it a chance? That's like, at least for me. But when the person is not doing the work,
yeah,
and you know what I mean, you can't be in a one-sided connection where you're constantly being drained because someone will not do the work to make you help you feel better in that connection, you know. So yeah, I mean, you can only do so much to make yourself feel safe, but when someone's actually doing things that harm you, you sometimes the only option is to remove yourself, you know? Yeah.
I read this poem today, and its work was one of them. It's by R.H. Sin.
Okay.
From his book.
Yeah.
Or one of his books, and it said, like, it was a poem, and it was called "The Perfect Match," and it said two things. It said, one, a person that, like, I want to be with a person that does the work, but also a person that always remembers my worth. And I thought that was so beautiful. Yes. Because I'm like, that is the thing. People are always like, oh my gosh, I'm scared you're gonna leave me. You and me both get this. Yeah. Scared you're gonna leave me or abandon me. Yeah. And it's like, wanna know what my fear is? My fear is that you're gonna forget my worth, and I'm gonna stay with you every day until I forget it.
That part.
That's my
part. Yeah. Losing yourself.
Yeah, you're scared you're gonna lose me? Me too.
Exactly. I'm scared I'm gonna abandon myself over and over, that I can't even recognize who I am.
Oh.
You know, so no, you have to, and for me, like, I really value respect. And I think respect is integral to healthy relationships. Yeah. So it's like, once respect is gone, you know what I mean? No. It's like, you know, a healthy relationship, we should be able to speak to each other with respect. Even when we're upset, you know.
But I find too that even when I'm in a toxic relationship, my self-talk changes. So how I speak changes.
Yes.
I'm speaking to myself in a more cutting way because I'm with somebody that doesn't like me for who I am. Yeah. That's really why people break up. Yeah. It's like, I think people are too scared to admit who they are. Yeah. And what they want. Because, like, even if somebody says, like, I want to be in a relationship, what the fuck does that mean? You could be in a relationship tomorrow. Yeah. Anybody could find somebody.
Exactly. But what does it take to maintain the relationship?
How do you want to feel?
Yeah.
In it, when you're in it.
Exactly. And are you doing the things to cultivate that feeling within the relationship? You know? If you're not, it's like, it's easy to say you want this, but are your actions, thoughts, feelings aligning? Yeah. You know? But yeah. That's the tea.
That's the tea.
That's the tea with CNC.
Is this episode done?
I think this episode is done. Our first episode.
We dropped some truth.
These
are our conversations that we just be having with each other, and we're going to share it and see if you guys want to have the conversations with us too.
Yeah. But I think this was a good starter. We'll probably come back with something next time that could be related or not. Yeah. But let us know what topics you want us to discuss.
Yeah, absolutely. We're big fans of astrology. We're big fans of talking about relationships, philosophy,
life in general.
Yeah.
Anything to do with life. Money, community. Yeah. We'll talk about it all.
Well, cheers, sister.